All right. I'm so pleased to be here today. Thanks for. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, my section is going to be more of an interaction. So, please put your hands together for Mr. Wale. Okay. So, my section we're going to be dealing with is something usually most businesses don't pay attention to, but it's the core of every business, and it's actually the reason why most businesses fail. So most business schools recently have started inculcating this because as a psychotherapist, you see a lot of business people come to the office, and once an entrepreneur breaks down, most likely the business will break down. True? So it's important that as business people, we look at this area we want to talk about today. So for the first few minutes, we're going to look at something important, but I want us to talk. So one of the things I'm going to do, my own question time should not be at the end. As I'm talking, as it is eating you, please pull up. So pull for me. We're going to write on it. I'll not too much focus on what I have here, but I want to see how within the next few minutes we can meet our needs straight up. Is that okay? So we're going to deal with some personal stuff that is affecting us, that is affecting our businesses. All right. So we're doing resilient skills for business success. So one of the things we've come to understand is that a lot of people attend seminars, trainings, events, but they don't change. The question is why? Why? Who can tell me? They didn't put into practice what? Yes, what else? There's no shift in their mind. Awesome. Yes, sir. You want to say something? Okay, what else? Okay, don't look at this. No, this is not even why I'm talking. I'm asking that question. Why? I actually saw that in my own life. I found out that, okay, I was reading a lot of books, going for a lot of conferences, a lot of seminars, pay money. And one of the speakers are not good, quality content, like they share everything, but most times, 90% of the people that go for these trainings don't actually see the results. And the question is why? Why? So you leave the conference and really, okay, let's say you don't practice. Why don't you practice? When you were listening to it, there was something bubbling inside of you, right? So the question is why. So that's why my session, I don't put my session is last, so that we're going to, because I'm into behavioral psychology. So how do you convert what you've learned? How do you even practice it?
Through exercise. Like I love training that to do with exercise, and that's what I noticed about strategic learning.
Okay.
It's beyond the theoretical knowledge.
Okay.
It's an exercise where you are being taught how to apply what you are learning. There's no between just learning the theories and book, but here you are being taught the how.
Okay.
Not just the what alone.
Okay.
And right at the spot, at the training, you incorporate
what you're learning
exactly right into your business.
All right.
Process.
So what I want to do today is that I want to see how we can cap everything we have been learning to ensure that results show. Everybody say results show. That's the goal. That at the end of this thing, results must what? Must show. Now, this is the challenge. This is why a lot of people go for events, trainings, and they don't change. There's a way the brain is wired, and I'll start with that. Now, what we are targeting is results. All right? Please put your hands together for the last speaker. Man, I was so blown away, man. So now, he has given you, let's say, he was asking you about the revenue you want in your business. Let's say that's the result you want, yeah? And you came for this training because you are targeting a result in your mind. The question is, what drives this result? There's something that drives every result for businesses and for individuals. What drives result basically is behavior. And behavior reflects itself in habits and actions. So we can say practice. So no matter what you learn today, if those things, we don't turn them to, if it doesn't govern behavior, such that behavior forms into habits and forms into action steps, actionable results, it's not going to change. So until you have been able to, you have to go and sit down and distill everything you have learned into how does this govern my behavior? How can I transfer this into new habits and into actions? Results ain't going to change. Now for organizations, what is here for organization is what we call culture. The result of any organization is a function of the culture in that organization. He said, Peter Drucker, the management consultant, he said, culture will always eat up strategy as breakfast. No matter how strategic you are, if your culture doesn't drive strategy, results aren't going to change. But it is if we just leave it here. If we leave it here, then most people will struggle. The question is, what drives behavior? Look at them. What drives behavior? Mindset. Yeah. Mindset. But what drives behavior really? Now, behavior produces results, yeah? What drives behavior is emotions. Emotions drive behavior. Emotions drive, and emotions reflect itself in feelings and what we call physiology. Physiology. That's why in what we call strategic modeling, we say if you want to produce somebody's result, one of the things you must model is the person's physiology. It's the way presidents work. Emotions reflect themselves in, now, emotions drive behavior. And until we are able to distill everything you learn to the emotional components, and like what emotions will drive this behavior I want to form, you are not going to change really. What drives emotion, I want to rush now, is thinking pattern. Not just thinking, not just thought, thinking pattern. I'm doing this as a foundation of what I want to change. Thinking pattern reflects itself in imagination. Yeah? And what I'll call self-talk. Let me just say self-talk. Self-talk, not confession really. The auto thoughts that are running inside of you. Alright? You're not using your mouth to say them. Okay? We'll come at that. But thinking pattern. The way you are thinking is affecting the way you are, is driving the way you are feeling. The way you are feeling is driving the way you are behaving, and it is driving the way of your behavior. Now, what is driving these things? The thinking pattern. Number one is your beliefs. Number two is your values. Number three, your memory. Number four, your perception. And number five, internal language. There are other things, but let me just stay with this. Now, if your result is going to change, until you come here and there's a change in this 1, 2, 3, 4, it's very difficult for this to change. The reason why people go for trainings upon training. Now, the training are fantastic. But until the person goes back and see, what beliefs do I need to change? Now, this is where I'm going to, why people notice. What they call belief. This thing is very powerful. Your brain will keep seeking confirmation for what it believes. So subconsciously, no matter what is said in a particular training or event or conference, or you are reading a book, Most times, what you will only really pick is what you believe. Except you consciously say that you must be, I'll come there, you must be aware of your beliefs. That no, I'm not coming here, I've come here, but I'm going to drop what I've already believed. This person talking has some beliefs that's produced the result he's taking. Because I want to produce this result, then I need to pick his beliefs. It has to be conscious. But subconsciously, what is entering your mind is what you've already believed. So take for example, maybe somebody could, just example, maybe, he said something about, you need money to make money. That's one of the beliefs in Nigeria. And somebody just come, maybe Mark Zuckerberg, who wants a big business, and you want to say, you don't need money to make money. Now, those are true contradictory beliefs. But to produce the result of Mark Zuckerberg, you must carry that belief. Or else you won't produce this result. Now, if Mark Zuckerberg says that subconsciously, because you believe that you need money to make money, you are not going to pick up Mark Zuckerberg said. But what Mark Zuckerberg said, you need money to, that's when your brain comes like, yes! So whatever the person says, all you pick is your belief. So we're going to do something now. We are going to, it's significant. Your own beliefs, we want to carry them like this and put them aside first. Should we do that? Just a demonstration. Alright, let's go. One, let's carry our own beliefs. Just carry them. Whatever you have believed that brought you this far. But like he said, we are here for result acceleration. To have result acceleration, you need to upgrade your beliefs. Now, there are beliefs that, okay, there are some results that you're like, okay, this result, I don't want it to change forever. That one you can stick. But there are some, if you want to go to the next level, you must upgrade your beliefs. So, and that's why it's good that you have...
Why should I change that belief? It's also a belief.
Yes. And that's why one of the things I'm going to do today is that some of things I'm going to do, if you have time, I'm going to shake some beliefs. So sometimes after my trainings, you go and like, you just shake the because if you don't think this thing changes, you won't change. You won't change. No, try. You will strategize and everything. You come back to point zero. Why? Because of what? Number 2 is values, and I'll talk about that later. When I ask you what is your value now, you say integrity, hard work. But the truth of the matter, when I sit down with you, you will find that most of the people who call their values are not their values. There are only major 2 ways you can know your values: what you spend your time most on, and what you spend your money on. So, I think that will be our first exercise. Okay, I'll get there. Let me not go. So what I'm saying is this. As you've come for this strategic business masterclass, one of the things you need to go and sit down to do is that when you are going through your notes, I wish I said this before you add anything. But now, you have to go back to your, because your brain really only picked most times what you already believed. That's not the truth. You have to now consciously, like, okay, this thing, I'm not so used to this line of thought. And we have to consciously imbibe it. Do you understand? I don't know, do you understand what I'm saying? I wish I was here earlier. I would have picked some bill. When I'm a psychotherapist, when I listen to people, what I'm listening to pick, when you're listening to successful people, what you're listening to pick, it's not really the idea. It's their belief. Because you become what you believe. Belief as at the core that is driving everything. Number 2 is values. Number 3 is internal language. I'll come back to all this thing. I'm building a frame for my speech. Internal language. What do I mean by internal language? When I listen to you, I can tell you why your life is where you are. So take for example, I was talking to someone. She's an entrepreneur. She wants a business. And she's not really doing bad, but she wants to be at a particular level. Her business has 2 buildings, in Lekki for that matter, but she believes I listened to her like, she kept saying something like, I will try. I am trying. Now, internal language has to do with, in software programming, what they call codes. Yeah? It's code that we use to program, yeah? It is the code that determines the quality of the program, yeah? So, in your life too, there's where you have been programmed to behave. And it's your programming that is giving you the result, yeah? Now, language is what is coding you. Someone I keep saying, I will try. That's why with your business, we thank God we are trying. What you are saying is, it's what if I tell somebody, please, can you do that for me? The person say, I will try. The probability that the person will do it is very low. True? Try means I don't think I have the capacity, but I am going to attempt. The probability that person will perform will be low. That's why God never used I will try. If you do it, he will what? He will do it. When your staff tell you I will try, the person his commitment level is very low. Until you change somebody's internal conversation, internal language, you can't change the person's life. You can't change the person's result. So as a secretary, if I have to sit down with you, say you want to make 3 million every month, your language has to be changed. People that make billions, that's the way they talk. Go and check their language code. There are some things you will never find in their language. Vocabulary is very important. Do you understand? This is what we call, when they say mindset, this is computer component of. I say change your mindset. We don't know what it is. Change your mindset. We are saying change your beliefs. Change your internal conversation. Change your values. Memory has to, I'll talk about this a little bit, perception. So with this, I want to start. So I said this will have my 30 minutes will be very useful to you. Or else you just come and talk, you will feel pumped up. You will say you decide I'm going to practice it. But what's going to happen is that as long as these things are there, you have been programmed. You act based on your programming, not based on your decision most times. You react and respond based on the way you have been programmed to respond. Really. That's why somebody can know that alcohol is bad. It's not good, but the person will still drink it. There are some behaviors you want to change. You don't like the behavior. You have tried to change it. You don't like it, but you cannot stop.
Is alcohol bad?
That's alcohol. Sorry, I wanted you smoking. Sorry. You say smoking. Let me just say smoking. Sorry.
Is smoking bad?
Smoking. I don't say it's bad though. But they say smoking. They say smoking can kill.
At least it's dangerous to the health.
So what I'm saying is this: there are behaviors you want to change. There are things you want to change, but until you go to the root, you're going to go for your business too. For the results you want to change, for the results you want, you need to get back to the root. Until this root is changed, you will struggle. You will struggle. So, and with this, I start my. Any question? Yeah, look.